Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect, where in the previous episode we managed to build cell block B, which is not yet at capacity but it will be shortly, and we started work on the protective custody area on the left hand side. In this episode we want to at least finish that, but hopefully we'll get a workshop in as well. Not that it really matters about the workshop because, as you can see, we have to have at least 6 hours of free time a day, which basically means that, yeah, for maybe last week or two in game, we've not really had much reform because they've not been working. So not much in the meeting room, not many people working in the kitchen or laundry or even in the restaurant and stuff. But we're getting there. So hopefully things will, things will be better when they move the dirty plates, which there's now 11 rather than the 9, and the cabbage has randomly appeared as well. Anyway, high levels of contraband in the prison. We will do a shakedown, which we are doing quite regularly. Let's go ahead and sort this area out. So over to our rooms and then to cells. Obviously select all these and designate them as cells. We'll also have security room in here, and while we're on with designations, I'm going to have probably a canteen at the back, like so, and then a common room. Not that we necessarily need a designation for common room, but we'll have a common room in there as well. So this is all protective custody. Obviously we have certain intakes on this. We will, I think, just build from the security room back over. So security room will have an office chair in the center here, followed by a office desk in front of that, and then we also need a filing cabinet, which I'm going to put on either side just for the sake of symmetry. Have we found another tunnel? I'm not too sure. It doesn't look like we have, but we have twice as many places to search. It says loads of contraband, but there's not really lots of contraband. A couple of bottles of booze, cigs, 3 cell phones, rope, and a couple of rolling pins. I wouldn't say that's a huge amount of contraband at all, but then again, I guess your mileage may vary on that one. I'm going to go to flooring here and over to concrete tiles and put in some concrete tiles back in here. Obviously a lot of it was, well, 2 bits were removed because of the tunnels and such. There's more intake, which is pretty good. Go to intelligence and informants. We have some unknown traits, lots of unknown traits actually. I do want to run some of these informants and activate them, but I'm needing to wait until I've got a little bit higher coverage. Anyway, this is getting there. Let's go ahead and put in the canteen at the back here. So we'll have a serving table. Doesn't really matter where it goes, but it'll go in there for now. That's fine. And we need to have the tables and chairs. We could go for the smaller tables. I think that actually might be a decent way to go. Have like a bench table, small maybe. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just because. I think that's all we need, is it? So it's 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. Oh, you only need the 1. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 4, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, actually, that's about right. Anyway, it's in. It's what we're doing. Cool. And let's go ahead and add in those high levels of contraband again, apparently, in the facility, even though we've just searched. So there's the canteen. The common room I will sort out as well. So we'll go for objects, and we've got like table football. So we'll have a table football. We'll have a table tennis, which will go right next to it. We'll have a... We're not going to have a pool table, I don't think. Actually, we will have a pool table, and then finally we need, I think, a TV. No, I think TV is going to go in their own rooms, to be honest. But we will have a computer, because that provides, I think, is it literacy? Literacy and comfort. So we'll have a couple of those, and we also need some phones. So phone booth will go either side like that. Why not? Alright, and then to cells. So let's just go ahead and do that. I need to make sure people are assigned, whoops, to the right areas, especially when it comes to the canteen. Yeah, it says 1 medium security. Yeah, it's when we do these cells whether or not it changes things. So over to our doors and then to the jail door yellow, and we'll place all of these in. Now these are not legitimate cells, so hopefully the doors won't lock shut immediately. Normally I do it the other way around for that reason, but there you are. We do have a comfy bed, which is a bit more expensive, and I think it is probably worth it, so let's place comfy beds in here. Naturally, I could have cloned these, but just didn't for whatever reason. And that's in fine. I want to have some TVs, standard TVs right at the end of the bed. And obviously we'll have to have like a toilet and shower in here as well. So I'm going to do that. So I want drains at the back. That's where the shower will be. Oh, hang on. That's wrong. There we go. I know it's right. Should really keep it unpaused actually, because it tends to buy more things. Shower heads will go in. You notice I'm putting all of the stuff like this on the right hand side, so it's further away from this wall. Those little extra couple of tiles do matter. And once that's done, I think probably just a chair, just to increase that comfort need. There's no chairs elsewhere anywhere. Alright, so that's pretty much sorted. I will then, in here, for flooring, I'm going to go with concrete tiles in here. But in the rest of it, I'm thinking a nice carpet. But what would fit well? The red? No. Brown, I guess. Go with a brown carpet across the entire thing. Oh, look, 16 grand's worth of 70s carpet. Lovely. 101 prisoners out of a maximum of 104. That's safe capacity for shared, but not for the protective custody. That guy's just OD'd. And yeah, they are getting picked up and taken. That's okay. That actually looks quite nice, that. I do like that. Obviously, it's going to take a little while for them to get all these sorted. Just going to go to our logistics and the food distribution, and curiously, the food is going from that kitchen to this area, and then from this area over to there. Doesn't really matter, but it is what it is. Okay. We're getting loads of cash. I'm guessing a lot of this will be to do with reform and release prisoners. Oh, yeah. Oh, McDuffie, I guess. Reoffended and returned to prison. Oh, look at that. I think that's... We've got a restaurant cleaning energy. We've got shopping mall, and now construction companies as well. Excellent. That's what I like to see. And we've got more fighting in here as well. Stacy, by the look of it. No reputations to speak of, so I don't know what's went on there. Okay, good. So, most of these just require the toilet, and then they are complete. Also, I'm wondering why that flooring... It's queued, but they're just getting there. It's sleep time. Let's go for a tunnel search, all sectors. I think that is reasonable. In terms of utilities, we will have to run piping. Like that. Looks like we didn't find any tunnels. I'll double check though. Best way to do it is just go to remove tunnels, click and drag. If you see any green, it means you've got a tunnel to remove, but none of that by the look of it as well. Okay, good. So, are we going to have a chat? Oh. Are we going to have a chat with some of our inmates and confidential informants? A lot of fighting here. Unconscious, they're fearless, they're skilled fighter, and they're unconscious as well. Do they have any traits that are unknown? No. Ah, this person, however, does have some unknown traits. I'm going to activate Paul Rogers. They have a coverage of 44%. Suspicion is low. When I activate them, they'll be taken here. Aha. That's what we thought. So, we have someone being targeted. They are tough, snitch and ex-prison guard. They are now protective custody. Good. So they won't be able to leave. Ah, here's a returning prisoner. So, Thomas Leroy McDuffie, prisoner number 2512887. Used to be US Special Forces until he was dishonorably discharged for assassinating the current president. Well, surely he can't be the current president. And... no recent anything there. Curious. Alright. We have 31 prisoners reformed, so working on that. Still only 10 prisoners past the foundation education course, but we do have prisoner manufacturing facility. And contraband level is out of control. Oh dear, oh dear. I want to know why that person's got locked down in solitary yet is just wandering around in the in the common room. Interesting. Where is then our protective custody prisoner? They're there, are they? Lockdown and solitary, and then there's another fight going on. Extremely volatile. Thomas McDuff. Ah! Unknown traits as well. I'm going to guesstimate that, once again, we have a snitch or ex-law enforcement. And also, I just realised... doesn't show there. There was a foodie over here, and it said skilled fighter, but because of the way it was overlaid, it said foo and then fighter. So, you know, that's when the planets align. Now and again, we get something like that. Yeah. You know what? For this guy, I'm going to end the punishment. Get back to this. So Paul Rogers is in this security. How can he be there? Deployment staff only. It looks like apparently there can be over there. That's protective custody. So he's going to be escorted here. It doesn't mean he can't leave here. Yeah, so he's going to go. I think we need to make this maybe staff only. So he never goes through. He never goes out. I don't know what the options are. Lockdown, solitary, lockdown permanent. Don't know if he'll be able to leave through that. He might be able to be escorted though. But hopefully that'll be alright, the setup we've got there. Okay, good. Now we can set up this. This is our manufacturing area. We've got 2 of them, potentially. But I'm not. Instead, I want to build the other common room and build a gym. We could build a library, but I don't think it's necessary. But I think a gym would be better because that will increase the health of the prisoners. Reoffending rate's gone up by 2% up to 9. Punishment is 7, reform 7, security 2, health at -1. I'm hoping, let's say, adding in a gym will work. So gymnasium. So that goes in there. It requires a couple of objects, mainly gym mats, weight benches, and you can also place a boxing ring, which I will place. So it requires gym mat and weights bench. Oh, speaking of weights bench, it's been wrong for oh so long, and I just keep forgetting to fix it. It's not that I'm ignoring the the feedback regarding it. I just forget. I'm only human. Right. I guess it'd be best if we move this along maybe. And move the boxing ring to that corner. We have treadmills along there. That'll be good. And then dumbbell racks there. There you go. That's a nice gym. I think that's a nice gym. Obviously flooring as well. We'll have to put in wooden floor. There you go. And while I'm at it, we're just going to carpet this area. And there we are. Do a full shakedown. And I want to activate several inmates. I want to get full coverage here. Because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 possibly more people who are with unknown traits. And I'm going to guesstimate that at least one of them. Oh no. So far not. Coverage is 37%, but that coverage will increase as we interrogate more people. Oh, we activate them, I guess, rather than interrogate. I think that's the right term. Coverage is 81%. Okay, 81% is good enough, I think. Well, it's not good enough to discover that guy's traits, but good enough for government work. Right, that'll do for now. Okay. We have tunnels there. Do a tunnel search. See what happens. Gymnasium's in. Good. We do need to connect up the power. Like so. So levels of contraband in the prison are out of control. We've recently searched and we're finding in the toilets. Yeah, nothing much. Just a rolling pin. It's generally where you store them in it. Oh. Oh, right, okay. What's going on here? It's all kicked off in here. In the meeting room. Benjamin Pigeon. Are they one that came back? Failed kitchen safety and hygiene and failed conflict resolution. As we can see from here. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a failure of conflict resolution. Oh, that's wrong. Carpet. It's only £5.5 grand. Right. So for the perimeter wall, I'm very tempted to build some of it, but not all. Because when we expand, we'll be expanding to the left most likely. So there's no point in building that perimeter wall to then do it again. Don't really see much point in that. Okay. Let me just finish this for, well, just for the sake of completion, really. I could clone it, but I think we'll end up getting loads of more lights than we want. Actually, let's no, because it's because of the shape of it, it's not going to work. Okay, we'll just have to do it as best we can. So, zooming right in, computer. We'll put in computers in here. 4 computers, yep. We want a football table, which goes in there. We want a pool table, which will go in there. We want a large TV. I remember those were removed at one point. They were in the base game to start with, and then they just got, I wouldn't say randomly removed, but they were certainly removed for reasons that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not clear on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I think it was arcade cabinets, wasn't it? I'm going to put a couple more in as well. And there we are. So that's a common room. I'll designate it as such. It helps, doesn't it? And there we go. Right. Oh, by the way, today's beverage is a nice cup of Earl Grey with honey. Because you may be able to tell, but my throat is killing me for some reason. Right. Where do we need to work on that one? No, that's all fine. What are all these? Dining chairs. Could sell some of these, couldn't we, really? I know a lot of this I dumped last time as well. When we could have just sold it. Oh well. It is what it is. Sell the scanner, sell the dining chairs, and money's going up quite nicely. There's a death of this prisoner. Eaglebeak. Deadly. Is that the right person? No, it's the guard. The mayor's calling. So the media have started a campaign over the immunities granted to prisoners. It's bringing a lot of heat in my office. Passing a bill which bans exercise equipment in yards again. Right. It really likes that, doesn't it? So, just going to remove all of the exercise equipment in that. It does say yards, though, remember. Not gymnasiums. So, that's a success, yeah. And then we've still got all the weight benches in there. And here's more fighting in here. Snitch and confidential informant. Matt Cantelo. You're protective custody now. Let's have a quick look. A quick run through. Ah, snitch. Protective custody. An eagle beak. No, Paul Rogers. Protective custody. Extremely volatile snitch and a dealer. Ah. Was that my doing then? Yeah, cover blown. Right. So, when I activated them, they've been found out. If you activate them at different times, it's not normally a big problem. But, I think what's happened is, because I've activated them all at one time, they've been found out. It's rare that that happens. It used to be a big thing when it was first released. You see suspicion there goes up as you activate them, and it also depends on, I think, when you activate them. So if you activate them in, say, the night, it's not too much of a problem, nobody notices, but when they should be working, when they just get carted off, I think that's when it's a little bit more problematic. But it is what it is. We have managed to catch them in time, and obviously it says cover blown, but we're going to escort them to their cells, their new cells, which for some reason that's not happening. But there you are. We'll get another guard. I don't think we need armed guards. If we do want an armed guard, we'd put them in here. 9 medium security prisoners. Right, why have they not been taken to end punishment? Just take them to where they need to be taken, please. Right. Now they're being escorted. Good. But they're being escorted to the wrong place. No. Your protective custody. Go there. And now the warden's calling. So, the prisoner's demands for more free time have been indulged for long enough. You feel free to change it back. Good. That's exactly what's going to happen. So, regime. Work/free time. Across the board. Job done. And we'll go for programs, reschedule all. Foundation education. I'm going to start more of these training here. Most of them fine. Don't need any more there. Animal therapy, we could probably run some more. Conflict resolution, more people. 3 strikes. Lord's interested, but yeah, we're running out of rooms now. Gonna do guard taser though. Alright. And Rogers, end punishment. Escort them there. So now that they've been escorted here, they will obviously stick around in here. Good. That's not too bad. Not too bad. Right. Walls and doors, perimeter wall. And from here, we're building a perimeter wall. And spending what appears to be 50 grand. Right, fair enough. But we are getting 22 grand a day, plus and minus other things. You can see we've got a lot of people working in the bakery. Loads of people, in fact. Very happy with that. Prison labour. We've got max jobs 20, qualified is 48. And we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 people working there. Oh, wow. We've got 20 prisoners working in the restaurant as well. We've not got many customers, but with all of these working, hopefully it'll be alright. Because the more you serve, the better the reviews, the more they'll sort of keep coming back, basically. So that's good. That's good. I'm going to sign a couple more jobs there. I guess we can assign even more jobs. As long as it doesn't take away from these, I don't mind. Okay. Prisoner wages. Bakery and the restaurant are up to 120%. For cleaning and laundry, I'm going to drop down a bit. Just so the prisoners prefer to work in these areas. But I still want them to work in the shop and things. I still want to have that incentivized. Yeah. Looks like this is seeing a bit of a slump. So I'll remove that down. And there's that perimeter wall getting built. Obviously the big gap will be on this left-hand side. I will start researching land expansion preemptively. Because even if we expand to the left and don't actually go there yet, at least I know where the perimeter wall is going to be. So I think that's quite reasonable. There's lots of people leaving early. Construction company, cleaning, restaurant, construction. Yeah. Okay. So, reform. Average punishment grade 9. Reform grade 9. Work experience 1. That's pathetic. Security grade is 3 and average health is -1. Reoffending's dropped down a bit to 8%. And nothing else really changed. Paroled early 44 with only 6% reoffended. So overall, pretty happy. Could be better, could be a lot worse. We've been very unfortunate with a lot of the programs and such. A lot of the events that's stopping us running certain programs. But, for the most part, we're doing alright. Okay, well, we will leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. We got protective custody up, and obviously we needed to get that built, so I'm glad that's all sorted. Next episode, I will build some workshop and get people in the workshop. Obviously that'll require more training and such, but it is what it is. Why is that person extremely volatile? Samet there kicking off. And prisoner intake as well. We'll just double check that. Some unknown traits. Do want to activate someone. And the snitch is going over there. Ah, because they've not been... I will escort you to that cell. Please and thank you. We have room to take more prisoners. Yes, technically you do. It says maximum safe capacity 116. That is shared capacity at 104. Protective custody at 2. Protective custody prisoners currently at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's correct. Can't see any more snitches, but we do have some unknown across the board here. Cover blown. My mistake. Might as well just remove them from that. They still have the snitch trait, but they're no longer an informant. Right, we're going to leave it there. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. Next episode, we'll look at minimum building the other perimeter wall on this side. Shouldn't take too long to do. And then build at least one of the workshop, and that guy's doing some shadow boxing. Either way, I hope you have enjoyed this bit of Prison Architect. Comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.